Hello, everybody, and welcome to RedTube Chatter, the podcast about everything. Sorry, not podcast, video cast about everything Star Wars.
The show,
The show.
the program, whatever.
I mean, to be honest, I'm a bit scatterbrained because we just got back from Salt Lake Comic Con 2017.
Yeah,
It was a lot of fun.
a whole lot of fun. But I am tired.
Yeah.
So am I.
Ooh, yeah, definitely. So I'm just gonna, ask you guys what was your favorite part, do you think, about the con? Here,
I think-
there you go.
Almost for every single Comic-Con, for me, it's the vendor hall and the vendor floor. I mean, I
Yeah.
just love roaming around. Picked up, filled in some pop vinyls I was missing for my Rey collection. Picked up a lot of art for my Ahsoka collection. So, I mean, just wandering around, talking to those people down there, seeing all the cosplayers walking around, and just being part of that, the fervor, I guess,
Yeah.
of being on the sales floor. It's a lot of fun.
What about you, Ryan?
I'm gonna say my favorite part's probably. I also like the vendor hall. So you get to look and see if you can find. For me, is the hunt to see if I can find anything vintage that's Star Wars. That's a reasonable price. It's always hard at any con because they usually, the prices are usually a little more steep than normal because you have a captive audience. The people that are actually looking for those things are there. So, but I also enjoyed the Cantina panel with Pablo Hidalgo
And Tom Spina.
and Tom Spina.
Who we'll get to a little later.
Yeah, we'll talk about him even a little more later. Not Pablo Hidalgo, but Tom Spina.
Yeah.
There's really interesting. They're just talking about all. You wouldn't think it would be like a whole hour or 2 hours worth of a panel to talk about stuff you didn't know about the Cantina scene.
Yeah, no.
But holy cow, do they know? Well, Pablo Hidalgo can always go dig through the archives at Lucasfilms and find stuff that the rest of us can't.
I've never seen before.
I've never seen before, yeah. Right. So I mean, they know the actors that played every little person, every extra. Right. And there's actually a couple of those people that they don't know who they are, like the guy who played Panda Baba.
They've been trying to
played Walrus Man. They don't know who that was.
They've been trying to track him down.
They've been trying to track him down. So if anybody out there knows who played Panda Baba, like maybe it's a family member.
Yeah, like
not even. George Lucas knows maybe.
Yeah, because
you think Pablo
Hidalgo could go to Lucas and ask him.
He probably just doesn't remember.
Maybe you need to go and find the guy who played as his partner.
Oh, Laz Shivrak? No.
No.
What the heck is that guy's name? I don't remember.
But yeah, the guy
with the death.
Yeah, the death sentence. Yeah. Go find the guy who gave, because they said his name.
Yeah,
the guy who played that guy.
Right.
So like maybe he remembers who played Walrus Man.
Man, maybe they could go back and look through the pay slips or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
there's got to be somewhere. There's got to be a trail somewhere, a paper trail somewhere of who this guy was.
Yeah,
right.
He got paid.
Right. He obviously got into the costume and hopefully got paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was one of the panels that we went to, and I thought that one was really interesting.
Yeah, definitely like learning about how the different props were from random things. Just there was just so many random stuff, like so much random stuff used as props.
Yeah,
throughout that whole thing, it was really interesting though. So we got Tom Spina.
Well, what was your favorite part?
Oh, my favorite part.
You didn't get to your favorite part.
My favorite part, I love the vendor hall like everyone else. I love seeing the cosplayers walking around. We actually got quite a few cool pictures of cosplayers. And you can check them out on our Facebook page. We all gave them a card, so if you're watching,
right,
nice job on those cosplays.
Yeah, the cosplays were good.
Great job on those
the
costumes.
Costumes were good.
And thank you for allowing us to take your picture.
Yes,
thank you.
Yeah, and I like the panels a lot too. I like the voice acting panel. I like the one that they talked about. The Last Jedi. Ryan wasn't in that, but
I didn't go to that one.
But Jay and I went to it, and that was pretty interesting.
Yeah,
it was mostly just fan speculation,
right.
Kind of like what we do on this show.
Right. It was like an extension of this show, or like a larger version of this show.
Yeah. So it was very interesting. That's probably my favorite part. I just like it all. I love it all.
Yeah, it's always a lot of fun.
And we did get to do a couple other cool things. We got to interview a couple of different places about what they do, and it's all Star Wars related.
Yeah. So we got to interview Tom Spina, and actually, we're going to pull up that interview right now.
Enjoy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Red 2 Chatter. We're here at Salt Lake Comic Con, and I'm here with Tom Spina, head of Regal Robot, right?
That works.
Head of Regal Robot. So please tell us a little bit about what Regal Robot is, what it does. What
Sure.
you do.
So Regal Robot's a company that just started up this year. We're an official licensee with Lucasfilm and Star Wars. We make really cool furniture, decor, and art. And what we have at this booth, because we've just got a small space here at Salt Lake City Comic Con, where I'm a guest of the show doing panels and things like that. So what we've brought is our line of Mandalorian skulls, and we've got a full range of different pieces, all different price points, things that hang on your wall, things that go on a shelf, and we're effects guys. We're old school monster makers, and what we did with this line is we put that sort of skill and passion into Star Wars, which is our core passion, and came up with these just highly detailed, hand-painted, made in the USA designs, and people are loving it.
Yeah. So what made you think of this idea? What was your big inspiration?
Oh gosh. Well, I mean, to me, it's one of those things where for how long have we seen the icon, the graphic?
Yeah.
And Star Wars is famous for all of these graphics and logos that go in this. There you go.
Yeah. There you go.
And it was just sort of like, what's a way to interpret that as a real thing? And could it be something that we do that Lucasfilm would approve of and that they would, get a kick out of as well? We were really lucky to hit upon this design made by Mio Nakamura, who's an amazing effects artist friend of mine, and she actually did this all by hand, all hand sculpted. Used real animal skulls as reference and things like that to make sure it's anatomical. It's loaded with detail front and back. Every piece is hand painted, so they're a little bit unique, and you can just see layers and layers of paint, lots of detail. We painted to bring out whatever's in that sculpt of hers, because the sculpt was so good, it's foundation and everything on here.
Wow, that is pretty amazing. So, how long does it take you, on average, to make something like that?
Well, the original process, the sculpture process, usually takes weeks, and you just put time and effort and energy into it. From there, you've got to make a mold, because all you've got is something that's clay at that point. And molding a piece like this is its own challenge. It requires a whole set of skills and talents that are very unique in their own way. And we've actually come up with a really cool, repeatable mold on this. These are then, we've made a few molds now. They get rotocast with resin. They get backfilled with a bit of foam so that they have a solid feel to them. And then each one, like I said, they're all hand painted. It's a really cool process watching the stains go on.
Cool. So one last question.
Sure.
I don't want to keep you too long.
Oh, sure.
What was the first thing that got you into Star Wars?
Okay. So, picture it, 1977. A young boy on Long Island, New York. No. So, for me, it was literally the cantina scene.
Oh, yeah.
I had the storybook before I saw the movie in 77. And there's a 2-page spread when I opened that of all these wild aliens from the Star Wars Cantina.
Yeah.
And that didn't just inspire me and make me a fan of Star Wars, that told me what I was going to do with my life. And from that point on, I knew I was going to make monsters. And really fortunate with our other company, Tom Spina Designs, we've gotten to recreate the Cantina scene for commercials, for events, for all sorts of videos and things like that over the years. And me and my little crew have made tons and tons, dozens of Star Wars aliens and monsters for these shoots. And it's just amazing. It's like life is full circle. You take what inspired you as a child, you make it your livelihood, and magical things happen.
Wow. So where can people find you? And
Sure, they can
social
find
media?
Absolutely. So they can go to regalrobot.com. They can find us at @regalrobot on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And if they want to check out our monsters and other sculptural things, they can go to TomSpinaDesigns.com or follow @TomSpinaDesigns on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram.
all right, cool. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you. Great to meet you.
You too. Okay, so yeah, that was the interview of Tom Spina. Really cool guy.
He is a really
such
cool guy.
a cool
And
guy.
a really nice guy.
Yeah,
And
he
the the stuff Regal Robot does is just amazing.
And dude, he can go on for like hours about his stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
so passionate about what he does.
Yes.
That's what I love about him.
Yeah, and some of his, if go onto his website and check out his stuff. And
Yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah,
can
yeah.
put a link to or a thing in our description, right, to his
Yeah,
website.
we'll put a
Uh,
link in the description
like,
down
if we
below.
remember.
if
like
we,
I said,
if we remember.
that dewback couch, one day it will be mine.
Right? Yeah,
he's got-
he had a much larger display at Celebration.
Yeah,
than he
yeah.
did here at Salt Lake, but he has some really cool stuff here at Salt
Yeah.
Lake.
I mean, he has a coffee table that he made that looks like asteroids, and then the Millennium Falcon's flying in
Flying through
between
it.
them. I mean, he's got some of the
From Empire Strikes
yeah,
Back.
from the Empire Strikes Back.
The Han and Carbonite,
Carbonite desk.
Yeah.
desk.
And I mean, aside from that, like he said in his interview, he's worked on creatures for the movies.
For the
Yeah,
movies.
well, and also for the Subaru commercial. He recreated the
Cantina scene.
cantina scene because they couldn't.
They didn't
They,
have all
they
the.
didn't have the costumes.
Yeah, a
'Cause,
lot of them were gone or
Or
destroyed,
destroyed.
or they were in private collections or
Yeah.
whatever.
like maybe
Or
someone
they just
took their
didn't-
costume home with
There's
them.
some of them that probably they just didn't. I'm like, I'm not going to give you this. This thing's worth too much money to just hand over and have
Or-
somebody
Yeah.
else mess it up,
Or they just destroyed him.
or they destroyed them. Yeah.
Like some of them just
Or like,
didn't make it.
So he
there,
went.
there could be someone who you know how actors take props from a movie to keep
Oh, yeah.
for themselves.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure someone
Right.
kept their costume. like
I'm sure.
like,
I'm sure.
somewhere.
So, yeah,
Maybe
so-
Walrus Man has his.
So he went. He recreated a lot of that for that Subaru commercial back in like what was that, like the early 2000s, late 90s. I think it was 90s.
It was for the first movie, I think, for Phantom
Phantom
Menace.
Menace,
Yeah.
was coming
okay.
out.
Yeah,
So that'd have been 90 something.
99 or something, 98.
but yeah, Tom Spina, such a cool guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very cool.
Loved meeting him.
Yep.
Then the other people that we interviewed was the Mandalorian Mercs. Now we actually got 2 interviews from them. We got just a kind of a casual member.
Yeah, it's sort of like, just one of the, I guess, regular members of the...
The Salt Lake
Of the
City.
group.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it
The
Salt?
Salt
Or is it Utah?
It's the Utah chapter.
chapter
Yeah,
of the
Utah chapter.
Mandalorians.
Mandalorian Mercs.
Yeah, called Matt. And then we had one of the heads named Fitz. He goes by Fitz. That isn't his real name. I forget what his real name is.
His name's Fence, and that's his character name. So that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
we were calling
Calling
him.
them. Yeah.
But
He was
Got-
in character, so that's
yeah,
what we
yeah. Got to talk to both of them. So we're gonna show you Matt first and then Fitz. So here we go.
Enjoy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Red Sea Chatter. I'm Dallin, and we are here at Salt Lake Comic Con, and I'm with someone from Mandalorian Mercs. What's your name?
My name is Matt.
Hello, Matt. So what do you do here at Mandalorian Mercs?
Well, we're a costuming club, part of the canon Star Wars universe, along the sister club with the 501st and Rebel Legion. And what we basically do is obviously the costuming part of it, but we also participate a lot in charity fundraising. This year we're working with Make-A-Wish Foundation to raise funds for kids obviously that need help. That's what we're basically doing today. And of course it's to be out here and share the Star Wars world with folks that really take it. Just an opportunity to see people in costume. And you'll see everybody from Mercs to Boba Fett to Clone Troopers and Jedi Knights.
So how does one join the Mandalorian Mercs?
Well, there's several ways that you can go about it. One of the easiest ways to do it is to go to the Mandalorian Mercs home webpage, mandalorianmercs.org. I can't remember. And then within scroll through there, and there's a page that will tell them they can select what state they're in. And they basically just do a search there, and then it'll tell them if there's a local chapter, and then they can go to that chapter's forum, and then they can sign up for that forum, and then just start working with people within the forum to network with them and to learn how to build costumes and put their kit together and participate and just keep going.
So how long did it take you to do this costume right here?
Well, this is the third version of it. When I started getting interested in doing this when I came to the Salt Lake Comic Con in 2015. I've known about the 501st for a long period of time, and I started working on a Shadow Trooper costume, but it was going to take a long time for the company that was putting the kit together to send it to me.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, I thought, well, I'll just start working on the Mandalorian costume, and so I started putting that together. So it took from September 2015 I got officially approved on Veterans Day last year. So November 11, 2016.
So I might.
So, and then I've gone through and done a few upgrades and stuff like that since then.
And we ask this to everyone that we interview. What was the first thing that got you into Star Wars?
Well, I've always been kind of a fan of Star Wars ever since it came out. I didn't get to see it the first run in 1977 because I lived out in the bush part of Alaska, so it was a movie theater, so I didn't get to see it. But we moved into Anchorage, Alaska in 1978, and it was the second of episode 4, and then back then it was Star Wars. Episode that was attached to it. And so I've always been kind of a fan of the Star Wars movies, and just as time has gone by, I just decided I had more free time to get involved in this charity aspect of this. So that's kind of what got me to it. And since I got involved, and kind of brought my wife into it, so we built her and did this last year, and so she got involved.
Nice, nice.
Just something, just something to do. It's a hobby, and give you a way to pay back into the community a bit with the charity aspect of it, but also to have some fun and talk to people that are also involved in doing some of this sort of stuff and learning a lot of different techniques. And surprisingly, costume manufacturing and costume building carries over to a lot of different things that you'd be surprised. You might have something in your house that breaks. I mean, you've got something in your shop or your garage or wherever you're doing your work for your costume, but you can take some of that stuff, the knowledge that you have, the tools that you have, to build this stuff, to fix stuff in your house. So, I mean, it's really plays into a lot of different things. So,
Well, that's really cool. Nice to meet you.
me too.
Yeah, go check out Mandalorian Works on their webpage. Hello everyone, welcome to Red 2 Chatter. We're here at Salt Lake Comic Con and I'm back at Mandalorian Works with Fitz here. And I'm just going to ask him a couple questions. So, what is the origins of Mandalorian Works?
Well, honestly, it all starts back with Star Wars when Boba Fett comes out. And you start seeing, his father and the prequels and whatnot. And then based off of that, Dave Filoni and his team with Clone Wars really expanded the Mandalorian culture and whatnot. Well, I guess even before that, back before Disney and a bunch of them, they had a whole expanded culture on that planet really developed into what we do now.
Yeah. So, what, blanking. So what got you into, making the costumes?
Well, I've been making costumes and stuff for 15 years now. But I always liked the Mandalorian Works, the guys here. They make cool armor and they give you charity. And that's it. So I've done a lot of stuff with other clubs and other folks that do armor here and there and whatnot, but all we're about is just making and children's hospitals, making foundation, that kind of stuff. So that was lots of fun. And then honestly, the reason I started my first kit was I had a client come to me and say, hey, I want a Mando, but it has to be approved.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, well, okay, let me make one for myself first, just to make sure I understand this whole CRL thing, the costume regulations. And so I got my kit done, and by the time I had it done and everything else I was going, those two, the two clients I had at the time that were more interested, had both moved on to other costumes, and they still have not made their own. But now I'm heavily entrenched in the culture, into the club, and I'm now one of the armor officers, helping new recruits make their costumes, get them approved, and being able to get out and training officially.
So, you have all these other choices, like the 541st. Besides the coolness factor, what made you choose?
Well, the thing that I really loved about joining the Mercs as opposed to the other clubs was the ability to be a custom costume. I like the idea, you're going to go out and be a stormtrooper or something, it's a very specific character. You have to build it that specific way. The way that the Mandos work, the Mandalorian culture, and having all this thousands of years of history now in the culture, in the universe, more to do as a custom kit. My kit, for instance, doesn't look hardly anything like Boba Fett.
Yeah.
You look at my chest plate and everything is completely different. I come from a completely different era.
Yeah.
2000, or my character, my character's 3,000 years before Boba Fett was there. Back on the planet in the late Crusades. So my armor is a little bit different than his, but you can still see a lot of the similarities as it builds in. So that's what really drove me into it, is being able to customize stuff. My wife's now got a kit. I've got my 3 boys working on kits. I host armor parties at least once a month where we bring in, and our clan here is just growing leaps and bounds. We just hit our 52nd member last night, our Wookiee Mando, which hopefully you'll see out here in a little bit. Hopefully get some good shots of him. He's the first official full-size Wookiee Mandalorian in the club. It was just approved last night. So we've got members popping up all the way right now. As of right this second, I think there's 68 people working on kits that haven't become official yet. In addition to the 52 that we already have.
Yeah.
So it's blowing up. I mean, it's been fun. Everybody gets a chance to jump in. You can do a canon character, you can do a Boba Fett, a Jango Fett, Bo-Katan, Sabine, but really, the proof is in the pudding. The customization. Look at these guys over here, guys and gals. All their kits are different. There's so much more to creativity. And then the next biggest thing is that our club allows buckets on. So I can take my helmet off and talk to people all day long. Whereas in some of the other clubs, if you have a helmeted character, unless that character also takes his helmet off, his or her helmet in canon, it stays on.
Yeah.
And there's a comfort factor. When you're wearing all this armor all day long and dealing with people, there's definitely a comfort factor to being able to take your helmet off and talk to people.
Yeah. So one last question. This is a question that we ask everyone. What first got you into Star Wars?
I still remember going in and hiding underneath the theater chair when Darth Vader came. My dad took me to see it, and the voice. And the first second I saw him coming on, turning his lightsaber on and coming down the hallway, I was under that chair and I was a teeny tiny little toddler, and ever since then, I just love it.
Yeah.
It's that adventure that everybody wants to do.
Yeah. So it was very nice talking to you, Vince. Please go check out Mandalorian Works.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, so just so cool.
Right. I mean, aside from like the things they do, like making their costumes and just having that sort of club, they do so much charity work.
Oh yeah.
It's just
That's really cool.
that's
cool.
that's where the heart of what they do is really at.
Yes, definitely.
Is doing
Definitely.
charity work.
I mean, at this one they were doing stuff for Make-A-Wish.
Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah, so
Yep.
it was just really cool to get to talk to them a little bit about that and just get to see a little bit about what they do and how they got into Star Wars and how they got into the club and how long it takes them to make their costumes. It was fun talking to
Now,
them.
can I just say how tiny I am compared to those two guys
Right.
that we taught? Like,
There's some big fellas.
I'm like, I was like basically looking up like this
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah, we're not the tallest people in the world.
No,
here.
we're not.
No.
We're pretty short. But like, just awesome. I hope I can make costumes like them someday. Like,
Yeah,
because
that's pretty impressive.
I have plans in the works for like cosplays that I want to do. One of them being an Old Republic Mandalorian, which I would absolutely love to do. So hopefully
Right.
I can get it.
I think they said on their website you can get like tips and stuff
Yeah.
on how to do the armor stuff, and it all has to be approved. And one of the coolest things I thought was, they have 50-some members current. But there's like over 60 members waiting to be approved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they're out there making their costumes
Right now-
or making
right.
their outfits.
One thing that I thought was very interesting was how the Mandalorian mercs are actually allowed to take off their helmets. The 501st people, they aren't allowed to take
Yeah,
off
once
their
they're
helmets.
once they're in costume, the 501st, if their character never took off
Their
a
helmet.
helmet, they can't take off their helmet
helmet.
when they're in costume.
Costume
Whereas the Mandalorian
in
mercs,
public.
Yeah.
they can remove their helmet at any time they want,
Yeah.
and to have conversations with us or do interviews.
Yeah.
Yeah. And going back to the having 60 people on their waiting list, that just gives me great encouragement that Star Wars is not going to die.
Oh,
It's
no.
Not
soon.
going anywhere.
It's
No.
not going anywhere.
No.
Because if they only have 50 members and they've got 60 waiting to get into their, and that's crazy. If they
Yeah.
have that many people
Right.
just in Utah wanting to get into their
Yeah,
group,
just the Utah chapter.
just the Utah chapter.
Right.
Let's see here. We also got to see Timothy Zahn, writer for Thrawn.
Thrawn.
Right,
novel.
he created Thrawn, the
Yep.
Thrawn creator.
Thrawn creator
Yep.
Timothy Zahn. He was awesome.
Yeah, he did. He has a great. Did a great panel.
Yeah, he's He's really funny too.
He is.
Like he's actually a really funny guy. And yeah, I loved him. We got to learn more about the animated series. We learned about Freebuilders.
The Freebuilders, the Lego.
Yeah, the Legos. I've never heard of the series until this panel came up.
I've only seen bits and pieces of it on Disney.
Yeah.
And it never drew me in because it wasn't canon necessarily.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
They call it canon adjacent.
Yeah.
That's called
It's like,
that's called Legends.
well,
Same
like
thing.
you know, not quite because it can easily be in canon.
Right. It could be, but
It's just like it's in this gray area
yeah.
of
It's
canon
not really
and
legends. It's sort of like just fun.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
a little fun series to get kids
Like
involved.
kind of a fan fiction.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna have to check that out because I've not seen a lick of this
I've only seen bits and
series.
pieces.
I haven't seen bits and pieces.
And like, you go to the Toys R Us or whatever local toy store, and you see like Lego sets. You can buy Lego sets from the Freebuilder. Like, they use Dengar a lot in the Freebuilders Lego cartoon, and because they can't afford to use any
because-
of the higher.
Because the Hutt can't afford to get Boba Fett, so
Right.
he has to settle with
Right.
Dengar.
Yeah, there's like a hut that's part of it, and he has to settle for Dengar.
And
'cause
he's
he can't
he's
afford
trying to
Boba
set
Fett.
up his own spa resort on this planet. That's his own
I
plan.
mean, and it's completely designed to get kids involved, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
awesome.
No, that's
Yeah,
cool.
definitely. So we also have some other news.
Yeah, well, I guess that wraps up our Salt Lake
I mean,
Comic Con
yeah.
experience.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we did a lot of other stuff, but yeah,
Right.
pretty much. I mean,
Yeah, we went to other stuff not Star Wars
yeah.
related.
Dallin got you. Did you say that? Tell him that you got that autograph from the lady that voices Hera.
Oh yes,
On your pop vinyl?
Yep. I got a
Oh no, not your pop vinyl. Your 6-inch.
my
Black
6-inch
Series.
Black Series
Series.
figure. I got an autograph from her. Really nice.
Vanessa
lady.
Marshall?
Yeah,
Marshall.
Vanessa Marshall. Just amazing woman. She's awesome. Like she was so nice. And the funny thing is that not a lot, like definitely the people who came into her panel or not or
Got in line for the
autograph line were all Hera fans. I don't think any of them, because she voices Gamora, she voices
cartoon,
Poison
yeah.
Ivy in a
Wonder
Lego
Woman.
series of Batman. Yeah, she voices
Justice
a whole
League,
bunch
Wonder
of
Woman, one of
characters. Doctor Strangelove from Metal Gear Solid, if any of you are gamers out there. Yeah, just like
A bunch of
a
stuff.
whole bunch of stuff that I never even knew she was in.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I know Doctor Strangelove from Metal Gear Solid, but I never knew that she voiced her. So that was really interesting. But no, yeah, I've really enjoyed getting her autograph and also sitting in on her voice acting panel with Nolan North and a whole bunch of others. Was really cool. I also got this. I got a new lightsaber. It's turquoise. This is for a future cosplay that is secret. It's in the works.
It's in the works.
So yeah,
So I guess that wraps up.
That kind of wraps it up.
yeah. There you go.
And there was one thing that we were forgetting.
All right, we'll move on to. We got a little bit of news this week
Mm-hmm.
to throw on top of our Salt Lake experience. There was a lot of pictures. It seems like all of the
Everything that comes out is pictures.
currently all of the marketing is pictures. Well, it makes sense. We're supposed to get a trailer coming up soon, according to Mr. Hamill himself. But that tweet is no longer
Available.
to look at.
But he did say it.
Yeah.
He
The
said
9th.
He said
October
October
9th.
9th. We were supposed to get it. He
So
had to
next-
take that down.
A week from,
A couple weeks.
2 weeks from tonight.
2 weeks from tonight. Okay.
Well,
2 weeks
we're recording this on a Monday. 2 weeks from this Monday.
Yeah. We're recording this on the 25th.
So, but along with these pictures came a official synopsis. For The Last
So,
Jedi.
like,
So this
something
is
that
kind
you
of the
would-
most interesting part, really.
Something that you would like find on the back of a DVD case.
Right, on the jacket of the DVD case.
Yeah.
No, or like the back of a book.
Apologies for kind of the weird thing. We don't have show notes today, so it's kind of an impromptu
Yeah,
thing that we're doing here.
we just got back last night, so
Yeah, so yeah.
I've got it here. So, in Lucasfilm's Star Wars: The Last Jedi, the Skywalker saga continues as the heroes of The Force Awakens join the galactic legends in an epic adventure that unlocks age-old mysteries of the Force and shocking revelations of the past. Star Wars: The Last Jedi opens in U.S. theaters on December 15th, 2017.
For a minute there, I thought that quotation and period was a question mark. It maybe comes out.
maybe it comes out.
Oh, it's definitely coming out.
So I like this because it doesn't give anything away.
Nothing.
Yes, it gives nothing away.
Yeah,
But
I
it
like
does
Don't
let
you-
us. It let us.
Okay.
No, it lets us know that the Force is going to be heavily involved.
Yeah.
Which it always is
It
in
is.
Star Wars. But also the past.
Yes.
So
And
that-
who's past? I mean, that's Luke's
well, it's
past.
also the Skywalker saga continues,
Right.
so that means it's gonna be. It might be heavily Luke and Leia in this movie. It may not be as much Rey, Finn, and Poe as you think there's gonna be. I don't know.
Right. Well, who knows?
Or it's 50-50 Skywalkers
Yeah.
and new
Right.
new people.
Well,
We'll see.
and Rey Skywalker.
Or Jay and his Jason Talon's gonna Talon's already sliced him up with his lightsaber.
I'm ready.
So yeah, Jay and his she's a Skywalker. We'll let him have that. I don't think it's true, but
No, but
we'll move on.
it's his theory.
And I'm sticking to it.
We respect opinions on this show, no matter how ludicrous. But-
All right, so yeah, the synopsis. I mean, it was short,
yeah,
sweet.
yeah.
But I think that was the biggest takeaway from that particular bit of news.
Yeah, it's just a continuation of The Force Awakens. I
Yep,
mean,
yep. So the other one that we have is Ron Howard's latest Han Solo tweet teases Kessel. So that's what it looks like, right there.
Right, and
Spicy.
it's the spice mines of Kessel.
Kessel, Spice Mines
Spicy?
of Kessel.
So I mean,
Hey, we're finally gonna get to see it though,
right, and I fully expected to see
Yeah.
Kessel in
Kessel.
this.
'Cause
in
I'm
this
like-
movie.
They always mention it.
Well, that's one of the first things out of C-3PO's mouth. You know, they send us the Spice Mines of Kessel, right?
Is it?
Isn't that what he says? Oh, I'm gonna have to think about it now.
Burn, and
Yeah, they're gonna send us. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Spice Mines of Kessel. But then there's also the
We're
12
doomed.
seconds.
We're doomed.
Okay, I probably just screwed that up. And if you guys want to comment and totally
the 12 parsecs.
correct my stupidness, you can. I should
Yeah.
know. I should know A New Hope
I
better
don't
than
know.
this. My brain's not working today.
Right, yeah, we're tired.
Whatever. So yeah, that's one thing. That was really cool. That's really cool though that we're gonna finally get to see.
One, Ron Howard's still at it, still tweeting about Han Solo, still
still-
keeping it
Mm-hmm.
relevant.
Yep, which is good. I mean,
Right.
he needs to keep it the good vibes going on that ever since since they had some troubles with the directing and the
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
here's a little
reshooting
bit
and all
of
that stuff.
news I think that can go either
It's a
way.
bit controversial.
You either like this or don't like this. I think.
a
I don't
bit-
think there's a middle ground.
bit
Too much.
polarizing.
There might be some people in the middle.
Yeah, I think it's very
But-
polarizing though.
From all reports, it appears that Darth Vader himself will be making an appearance in the Han Solo movie. I mean, is this necessary? Or some people out there are calling this like a desperate move.
Well, like
don't think
that, like if you have to have a Star Wars movie, you have to have Darth Vader in it and a lightsaber.
I don't think it's gonna be that though. I don't think it's gonna be him fighting somebody or chasing anybody.
I mean, like
It could be something
No.
totally different for Darth Vader. Maybe it's more speaking of and it's not. It can't be him and Han Solo together because they've never seen each other
Maybe, like,
before.
Well, have
could it be like a post-credit scene where he just shows up?
If you think if Han Solo would have met Darth Vader, he wouldn't have pulled out his gun and shot him at friggin' Bespin.
Bespin, yeah.
He'd have been like, I can't do that. He's just gonna whoop
didn't,
me.
unless they didn't have like a relationship that would Han Solo, if he's good at what he does, they don't know that, he gets under the radar. So he might have met Darth Vader at some point, or
But not face to face, maybe. Maybe
Yeah,
through
my
online
problem.
communications.
My problem
or...
is he doesn't believe in friggin' the Force. If he doesn't believe in
Right.
the Force, why would he even think of know who Darth
Yeah,
Vader
yeah,
is?
exactly.
And why would he even care? He would be like Darth Vader.
well, he might know who Darth Vader is, but he might just think it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo.
Jumbo, maybe. But if you met him, you'd think, well, maybe think twice because he always uses the Force usually
Yeah.
around people. So
yeah.
Right.
if he,
Yeah.
and if he's with him and he chokes somebody out, then it's like you can't do that. You can't have him using the Force around Han. Otherwise, you totally throw off the mumbo jumbo of A New Hope.
Right. I
Yeah.
don't think you can have Vader connected to Lando in any way
I mean,
either.
I'm
No, because
sure-
I don't think he wouldn't. I think he first met Darth Vader for
well,
the first time on
mean,
Bespin.
Take
So,
comfort in knowing that Pablo Hidalgo is probably like
keeping everything.
just looking at it, like
Oh yeah,
making
he'll
sure.
make sure it doesn't screw with anything that's already happened. But
Yeah.
He may just be like a looming presence, which is what I hope, if they're going to use him at all. That we need to stay away
Maybe
from
just
Vader.
like one
That's
scene.
Vader's ship. We need to
I
go
think
this way.
I think
or,
it should be on one scene, just one scene, no more, no less, and that's it. Maybe a
well,
post.
And it could
mean,
even
they could-
be like they're chasing down the Millennium Falcon and it gets away and he just happens to be on that ship when it happens and he's like, just standing there. And
They
that's
got
all you see
away,
him.
sir, and then maybe he
Choke-
can choke
choke-
out
choke-
that
choke
person.
that guy.
Yeah, maybe he
Maybe
chokes
choke
out
that
that
guy.
person.
Chokes out another admiral.
Just going through them like
I mean,
cookies.
if they do it right, they can use him effectively.
Yes,
But-
and I don't think it's going to be like over. He's not going to be there
No.
all the
No,
time.
no.
And it's like he's the main bad guy
Villain,
and the
no.
villain in the show.
No,
It's
Because
not going to be that.
I guarantee you,
I'm not even sure what the main
the
villain.
main villain is probably gonna be the mentor of Han, who turns against him, and then it has to be the mentor versus the apprentice type of relationship. I mean like so many
could just be a bounty hunter
stories
that's
that
after
do
him
that.
that
Yeah,
we've
that
never
could
seen
be.
before.
That could be, but like so many stories use that, so it's like, lowest expectations. That's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue what even the
Right.
plot of this movie is.
Right, I can't wait to see like the first bit of like
Trailer or
Actual
anything?
Trailer
like-
footage.
Footage?
like teaser for it.
Yeah.
So maybe I can piece some sort of like ideas.
It's
together?
got to be coming
I
out
have no clue.
Right now, it's
sometime
just,
between the release of this Last Jedi trailer and the movie. It has to come out sometime in between.
Yeah, yeah.
A teaser has to.
Or are they going to throw it on
Or like
Last Jedi?
On the Last
on
Jedi.
the Last Jedi. I think it'll come out slightly before that.
Maybe.
Thanksgiving
Maybe,
time.
yeah.
Maybe.
Well, knowing the internet,
They can't like not do anything. I don't think until after the first of the year. That's only gives you 5 months before the movie's set to come out.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
We'll see.
when did the first teaser for Last Jedi drop?
May,
No,
What is that?
April.
April.
When
'cause
we were
at
in
Celebration.
Yeah, it was at Celebration is when it came out.
Is that the 5th month?
4th.
4th. Okay.
4th month.
Okay, that makes sense now. I was like, but isn't that what they did with Last Jedi? But no, it's not.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they gave themselves 8 months leeway.
Yeah, you're still waiting for the next one. No, you're actually waiting for the first real trailer.
Right.
I know.
There's only gonna be one. That's all they're gonna release is one. They're out there.
There'll be some TV spots and stuff, smaller TV spots where they
add
add one little
thing
thing
to that
to what we already saw
Already
in the
saw.
trailer. Like
Yeah.
one little snippet of something.
They'll call it trailer 2, even though it's not really
Well,
trailer.
they'll call it
2.
TV spot 1
Yeah,
and TV
yeah.
spot 2.
Okay.
All right, so also the full schedule for Rebels has come out, and it looks like they're taking a holiday hiatus and will end the show in 2018.
In January.
Whereas I thought they were going to try to get everything done
Out.
before Last Jedi.
But we learned this while in our hotel room because our sister found it, and she was like, "Hey, look, this is the scheduling for," and we actually got some titles here.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
At least for the first 6.
But it's kind of weird.
episodes.
They're actually doing like a
Let's take a
midnight.
look.
They're doing like a midnight release of the
At
of the
those-
cartoon,
right.
which is kind of
Okay.
odd.
So we got Heroes of Mandalore parts 1 and 2.
Those will be shown back to back.
Mm-hmm.
On the
In the Name of
16th.
the Rebellion parts 1 and 2 shown back to back. Occupation and Flight of the Defender shown back to back. Kindred and Crawler Commandeers back to back. And then Rebel Assault is the last one before the hiatus.
Yeah, and that actually comes out before Thanksgiving.
That one's kind of an interesting one, that last one. Rebel Assault, is that the assault on Scarif?
Nope, they don't. According to Pablo Hidalgo and Dave Filoni, they don't make it to.
Yeah.
They don't go all the way.
It doesn't go up to Scarif.
They don't make it to
So,
Scarif.
I wonder what that Rebel Assault is.
Right. It could be on Lothal.
Maybe. They finally do attack
Right.
Lothal. Or
Yeah.
do their assault on Lothal.
Yeah. But I like the Heroes of Mandalore, so obviously we're going back to that. Name of the Rebellion.
I think that's where Saw Gerrera is going to show up.
You think so?
Yeah, and that in the name of the rebellion, because that's where you're going to see the conflict start to, or the wedge start to
Between
be
the-
driven between Mon Mothma
Yeah.
and
I see what you did there.
Wedge.
Wedge.
Look at the
Wedge
size
into
of that thing.
The occupation and the flight of the Defender.
Yeah, that's that one you really can't really read too much into.
Nope.
Kindred sounds like a Jedi-like episode. That's just
Like a
me,
kindred
though.
spirit or something.
Yeah. And then Crawler Can't Commandeers sounds like a Rex episode to me. I
Kindred
don't know.
could be the episode when Hera and
And
Kanan sort of have their
start like that romance starts getting
right.
a bit more focus, which thank you, because those are like probably the two best, like that's probably one of the best relationships on TV today is Kanan and
And
Hera.
Yeah.
Crawler Commandeers.
That sounds like a Rex and Zeb episode for some
Right.
reason to me. Like they're gonna be working
chopper,
together.
yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna be working together to like take over something.
A crawler.
A crawler. What is a crawler?
An at.
A sand crawler?
Mate.
Maybe.
That's the only crawler I can think of.
Sand
Sandcrawler. I'm like,
crawler?
why do they have to
Jaw.
take, why do they have to take out some Jawas?
They have to take out some.
Or maybe they commandeer the Sandcrawler to do something with it to
On Tatooine.
infiltrate something.
I don't know that they'll go back to Tatooine.
I don't think they will either.
No.
It's
You think
too
the
much.
twin sons are gonna be the only?
It's too much chances of
Yeah.
running into Obi-Wan Kenobi.
And Luke.
Yeah, and Luke.
Yeah, this is too risky. I don't think they'll go back
Yeah.
to Tatooine.
You don't. I mean, it's a lot. It's a whole planet.
Yeah, but only 10% of it's livable.
But
The
like,
other
there's other
90%
towns.
You can't live on.
There's other towns.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's vast deserts.
But then that's what is that? That's just the 16th, 23rd, 30th of October, the 6th, and the 13th of November. And then it will be coming back to finish up. I don't even know how many episodes are going to be after the new year. It'll come back in January sometime, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that'll be the end, which is kind of gonna suck because that means I gotta wait again to get. I'll watch these ones and then I'll be sitting there waiting for 2 months
I know.
to get to the final conclusion.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of
Especially
nice.
if Rebel
It
Assault
bridges-
leaves on a big cliffhanger.
It also bridges me a little
Oh, yeah.
more time over till before the Han Solo movie, so it gives me
Right,
a little
gives
bit
you a little bit more stuff to watch.
Granted, I'm hoping there's something new coming out maybe this summer in the way of animation, but
I hope, yeah.
Dave Filoni's working on something.
Yeah,
He's been
he's-
really quiet lately.
Yeah,
and
all the team has been really
especially
quiet
since the
lately.
Rebels is basically wrapped.
Yeah.
I mean, it's done. They're just waiting to put
no,
the stuff out.
Yeah, they said that they're wrapped and they're using that time to
Right.
work on something else.
Right.
So who knows what they have next for us? Hopefully something dark and good. And good.
or just something good. I don't care if it's dark, but
Yeah, as
something
long
good.
as it's good.
So our last bit of news is that the post-production for The Last Jedi has wrapped. So the movie is...
It's done. Woo! It's done.
And we got this via Instagram photo from Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson.
So it is official that
It's in the can.
post-production for The Last Jedi is wrapped. And that is
Dude,
awesome news because there was like zero issues with this movie.
I can just picture
No, it was pretty flawless. Really looks
Right.
like.
You didn't
The-
hear anything.
the only thing that was, that happened was Leia was Carrie Fisher dying.
Right.
That was the only kind of
Yeah, and then the
Wrench.
wrench in the
Thrown
cogs,
it,
yeah.
yeah,
It's
that's
the
a big
untimely.
wrench too.
Yeah,
Luckily, all her
Untimely
scenes
death.
have been filmed.
that is true.
And,
But again, that makes you wonder what are they gonna do with her character by the end of this movie.
I have no clue.
well, here, I I wish they would just recast.
Yeah, me too. I mean, people will hate it and at first, but I think eventually you grow to be okay with it if they recast. Yeah, but it's got to be the right person. You pick the wrong person. And
yeah,
it
yeah.
could be
Right,
totally
I
a
mean,
disaster.
Do you think Sigourney Weaver would be good?
I don't know who you get.
Yeah.
She's I don't know.
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver's tall.
She's too
Yeah,
tall.
Carrie's like my height.
Yeah, she's like short.
I don't
She's
know.
shorter than
I don't
you.
know who you replace her with. But
You can't
I-
replace her. You just have to. Well, it's
You
kind
need-
of it's replacing, but it's not really replacing.
well, you need somebody to fill. Like if she's was supposed to be a huge role in episode 9. I watched earlier today. John Campea has his podcast. He used to be with Collider and Jedi Council, but now he does his own thing.
Branched off.
Yep. He does his own thing. And he does Star Wars Tuesday Talks. Or Tuesday Talks Star Wars, something like that. Anyway, I watched it today, and he had this huge, long rant about why they should just recast Carrie Fisher. And I agree with him 100%. I mean, you're doing her a disservice by not carrying her character forward. And, like, picking up the ball for her and finishing it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I agree with that.
You're just kind of like saying, well, Carrie died, so we're just going to get rid of her character. And that's how John Campea put it. Just get rid of Leia. Carrie Fisher dead. Just get rid of her.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You need to kind of do all the work that Carrie Fisher put into Leia. You just kind of just throw it away.
Wait, that's not.
Carrie Fisher wouldn't have wanted that.
I don't think so either. I think she would have let her see somebody carry on the name
Finish
Princess
it,
Leia and
right.
finish it.
Yeah, she would have been perfectly fine to have somebody else finish it if she couldn't.
I think so.
Yeah.
And so
That's just like, I
I'm
think-
on that camp. I'm in that camp where I believe that if she had a huge role in episode 9, they should have just recast the role.
I think Mark Hamill would be the same way. He's like, let somebody else take over and finish the Luke Skywalker story.
Right.
Let somebody finish the Princess Leia Organa.
Yeah, pick up where I left
Skywalker
off
story.
and finish it
Yeah.
for me because I
Got a
can't.
title.
You know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's where I'm at. Most of you might disagree, and that's okay. You can have your own opinions, and
Yep.
that's fine. If you don't think it should have been recast, that you have your opinion and you hold to it. You know, I'm not trying to change people's minds. I'm just letting you know I think that they should have recast it, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially if she was supposed to have a huge role in Episode 9, you're better off just to recast it.
Right. And that may have been the thing that sunk Colin Trevorrow, is trying to deal with that. Like,
Maybe. I don't know.
who knows?
Yeah.
Like his rewrites of the story to try to get rid of the Leia character just wasn't going to work, and maybe that was it.
Yep.
Who knows?
Yep.
All right, so we do have.
Well, also we forgot to talk about one thing in Salt Lake.
Okay,
You got Claudia Gray.
no, I didn't get.
Oh,
I
you
didn't get
didn't?
in that line.
Ah, you didn't.
No, I ended up in Artist Alley.
Well, you did get Leia's book.
I did pick up Leia's book, which was where I was going to go next.
Okay.
That's part of the
Tosh-
Tashi toy box.
Yeah, we'll go to Tashi
To
Toy
Toy Station.
Station.
Toy box station.
Box.
You had to change that up. You couldn't come out with Tashi Toy Station first. I mean, it's better than Tashi Toy Box, but
Well, I thought maybe the toy box would be a little bit further playing words, but anyway.
okay.
I did pick up the new Leia, Princess of Alderaan book written by Claudia Gray. So I will get to reading that, and we'll get a full review coming up.
Apparently,
Later.
in that book, they go to Crate
No,
at some point. She goes
yes,
to Crate.
possibly.
Yeah,
But there's a lot of
that's what
interaction
I've
with her and, is it Vice Admiral Holdo?
Holdo. Yep.
Laura Dern's character in The Last Jedi. So
Yep.
we're going to get a little bit of background on her
Which
in this
actually
book.
Actually makes Holdo a lot older than I thought she was gonna be.
Well, Laura Dern's she's a bit younger than Carrie Fisher, I think.
But apparently they're childhood friends. That's what
They
say.
know each other,
Yeah.
either through their parents or
Yeah.
Leia's starting to work in the Senate, and all the politics stuff. So we'll see where that leads. I'm really looking forward to reading it. So I'll get to that, and I'll get you a review on that.
Well, speaking of books, down.
It could be 3 months later.
How far along are you in the Phasma book? You about ready to do your review for that?
I haven't been reading it. I have to read it. I'll probably do a marathon tonight and just
Well, I mean,
because that's what I like to do with especially these kinds of books. Like one night I'm just like, screw it, and I just open it up and I just go through it all and just love it.
so that was it for Tashi Toy Station. We do have a little bit of Gaming with Gamorrean news.
Oh yes,
Star Wars Battlefront 2
maps.
All the launch maps have been revealed for the Galactic Assault modes.
Yeah.
So down we'll get to that, and
Yeah, let me get to that real quick.
we can talk about those. Especially the maps. I mean, they launched a lot of maps.
So we got Naboo here. Which one is it?
Just scroll down. There's a list.
Oh, is it in the description?
Yep.
Okay. Where?
There it was.
Where?
When I read it.
Where do you see this?
I don't know.
I don't.
Hey,
The last time I read
let's
it, there
let's
was.
fill some
wait,
dead air time here.
Yeah. Classified. been
Don't know what to
decoded.
talk about. No, we
Uh,
can talk about some of the. We took pictures of some stormtroopers.
Oh, maybe it
and
is
some
a
Mandalorians.
video.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Anyway, EA Star Wars came out with they tweeted, and it was just a bunch of question marks, and somebody
Oh, here we go.
broke down those
Here we
question
go.
marks.
We got it.
And had to
Okay.
decipher it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Naboo, Kamino, Kashyyyk, Endor, Death Star 2, Hoth, Mos Eisley, Yavin 4, Jakku, Takodana, and Starkiller Base.
So that's quite an extensive list.
That's a lot
for
more than the first game had,
Right.
because the first game only had like 5.
Galactic Assault Mode.
Oh,
Win.
Nice.
No, but like because the first game had, I think it had Crate. I think it had Crate.
The very first game.
First
No,
game,
no, no,
that
no. It had
planet wasn't even-
no. Sorry, it was Sincola, something like that. It started with an S. Then it had Tatooine. Then it had Hoth. Then it had Endor, and then
I remember
I think-
Hoth and Endor.
I think that's it. I think those are all the
Wasn't a Tatooine one? I thought
No, that was
a
Tatooine.
Okay.
Yeah, Tatooine, Hoth, S name, and then
Endor. Just
and then
4.
Endor. There's one more, I swear.
Yeah. well,
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know, but
so they're redoing Endor again.
yeah, and they're
And
doing.
doing Hoth again, right?
They're not doing Tatooine, which surprises me.
Yeah.
But they're doing Mos Eisley. I guess that's Tatooine enough.
That's Tatooine.
Yeah. Kashyyyk, I'm looking forward to.
Kamino is going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever played the original Battlefront, specifically Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original, freaking Kamino was by far my favorite map in that entire game. Because, like, especially if you were playing as the guys with the jetpacks, you just, like, jump from platform to platform and just, like, completely parkour your way around the map. I hope that this one has, like, that many levels to it as the
I bet it even
second
has
game.
more.
I bet
Yeah,
it's got
yeah.
more.
Because you had like 2 sides, and each side had like their own base, and then you had like all the platforms in the middle, all the circular platforms in the middle. Very fun. Kashyyyk, another great one. We know the only scene of Kashyyyk that we've seen so far in anything is the beach scene from
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith.
Sith, yeah.
We never get to see any of like the dense forest and
Well, you
jungles.
actually don't get to see like where the Wookiees
It's
actually live. Too,
yeah.
like what their homes look like.
Because like in
Maybe you'll
Battlefront,
get to see that
in
here.
Battlefront 2, the original one, Kashyyyk was like just the beach scene.
Yeah.
You didn't get to go into the forest, so I hope that they have the forest area instead of the beach. Maybe they have one beach, but like it goes into the forest.
I remember getting annihilated so much on that map. Like, just so quick.
It's a tough map. Indoor, Ewok villages going up into them and speeder bikes. That's all you really have in that one. Death Star 2. Now they had the first Death Star in Battlefront 2, the original one. That map is pretty fun too, because you got to go into the slide that went into the trash compactor, and if you stayed in there too long, it would actually crush you. And then you also got to go to the place where they fire off the laser from it, like where you see those guys go.
Oh,
Yeah. Like you actually get to go into that place and see it, and then you go into the hangars, and it's just an awesome map. Hoth. I hope they do kind of a original Hoth battle, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. Mos Eisley was a great map. I hope they use all of the city.
I remember getting annihilated a lot on that map too.
Yeah, I remember that was the map that was the only map where you could play hero battle, where you played nothing but heroes and villains.
Yeah.
on either side. And I kind of hope they bring that back, like a little bit, because having just full lines.
It was
of
a fun
heroes
map
and
because I
villains.
loved to be able to get up on the tops of the buildings. And,
Yeah, and running
was-
across.
Right. There's a whole lot more like hiding
Depth.
places. It seems like.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you still got just wasted in that map pretty quick. At least I did. I suck at that game.
Yavin 4, this was a map that was only in the first Battlefront game for the original Xbox. If I remember correctly, you had like the hangar, and then you had the Imperial base over here, and you had like a whole bunch of temple ruins that you had to go through.
Yeah,
And
I
fight
think
for
I
it.
remember that one.
Jakku,
Who knows?
who knows? It's just a whole wreckage,
But you-
basically like a junkyard of ships
Yep.
that you fight through. That's what I'm guessing. Takudana, maybe you get to go into the palace and
Maz's castle.
Mount- yeah,
Plus
Maz's
the
castle
surrounding
and
area.
the
I bet.
surrounding jungle forest area. And then Star Killer Base, it's like snow, but like you get like Imperial bases and
Yeah.
stuff, and maybe you get that big crack in the ground that you can like fall into. Maybe that could be a hazard. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe you fight on the actual like turret, and like you have to be careful because every once in a while it will shoot off, and like you have to like
We might get the area
sure.
where they have, Hux's speech, like that area.
yeah.
Yeah.
That big wide open area.
Mhm.
Might get some of
The
that.
stage
The
too.
interior of the base where
Rey's
going
climbing
out,
around.
climbing around.
Yeah.
Jungle gymming like she did in Jakku.
Yep.
So I'm excited to see all of these. And Naboo. Oh, I forgot to mention Naboo.
That was always a fun map
That
in
was, yeah.
the original one.
Yep. Man, we have to play the original ones.
Right, I have to load that thing up.
yeah. So I'm excited for all these maps. I hope that they have more, because I remember like the original ones had like over 40 maps. Like you could go to like Naboo, you could go to Naboo in the city, or you could go to Naboo like where the Gungans lived and stuff. And like so, I kind of hope that I hope they have Bespin. Bespin would be an awesome
That'd be a sweet
place
map.
to.
I'm sure there's going to be more content coming later on. The stuff
Oh,
Down
yeah.
doesn't like, the downloadable content.
DLC. Oh, I mean, I guess I get it.
At least you're getting a lot up
yeah.
front.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
not-
I'll
you're
definitely
not
get the DLC.
You're not getting two maps and then like all the rest is going to be downloadable content later on.
like in the freaking first one.
Yeah, at least you're getting a lot of stuff up front, and then
4 maps. If you want Jakku or Bespin, you have to buy the DLC. I'm like, why? So I hope they bring back
Bespin would be
Bespin.
cool.
Yeah, I hope they bring back Bespin for this one.
I was trying to think of other things I'd like to see, like other
Dagobah?
places. Dagobah would be kind of cool.
Dagobah would be weird, man. That'd be like hard.
That's-
A lot of stuff in your way.
They had
Just a lot of
Battlefront 2. They had a Dagobah map, and it had like the top area, but also it had like multiple tunnels that you could go through underground.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Dagobah because as I was going to sleep last night,
Yeah.
I was thinking like, what part of Star Wars the universe would make like the best horror movie?
Oh yeah.
It would be
Dagobah.
Dagobah.
With the swamp thing
It
in
would,
there.
it would be
The
Dagobah.
creature from the
like,
Black Lagoon.
Like that place, like you could like get that place all haunted up and just like
I mean, it's kind of creepy when Yoda goes in there and Qui-Gon Jinn's talking to him and stuff.
right.
And Clone Wars, or when Luke goes in there. That was actually when I was a kid and I watched that scene where he fights Darth Vader in Dagobah. That scared the crap out of me
Right.
as a kid.
Like I think you could get some pretty good jump scares and some like some pretty good tension built up just on
Yeah.
that thing. Oh, it's just a weird
Just the landscape, yeah, it's scary enough.
just a weird weird thing I was thinking about last night before I went to bed.
Coruscant would be an awesome like place, especially with all the vehicles that you could drive around, like all the cars.
Geonosa,
Geonosis would be really cool.
Yep.
you know,
Yeah, just all the maps that they had in the original ones.
Yeah, the place that Obi-Wan tracked Grievous down to.
Oh yeah, Utapau.
Utapau.
They had that one in Battlefront 2.
Yep.
I wish they would name this series like. Why couldn't you just do Battlefront 3 and Battlefront 4? Just like revamp the series. Why'd you have to make it so confusing for the rest of us?
yeah.
Because it makes it
Yes.
confusing when
Yes,
I'm talking
old
about
Battlefront one.
Because I know what I'm talking about,
Right.
but like it might be lost in translation, so I always have to add in the original one to it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I wish they named it something else. I guess you could call it Star Wars Battlefront and Star Wars Battlefront 2, and just Battlefront and Battlefront 2.
They gotta have
Like
Star
for the
Wars
new
in
one.
there though.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Star Wars sells, man.
Yeah,
Right. All right. Does that wrap up the show for
I
tonight?
think so.
Yeah, I think we're
Sorry,
good.
This is
before-
definitely a rambly.
Yeah, and before we go, I just want to say thank you to all the cosplayers that let me take your picture and annoy you and hand you a card.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
I know
Yes.
you get pictures taken a lot, and as
also
part of
that
a
dude that
cosplayer, I think that your expectation should be you're getting your picture taken a lot.
Also, that dude that I was talking to in the animated cosplay, the animated series panel that I went to.
Handed him a card.
Yep.
Right? I mean,
I mean, I don't.
He's a really nice guy too.
It's
Yeah,
really
he's
hard to
pretty cool.
promote this kind of stuff because I don't like to be the guy that just comes up there and jams cards in people's faces and just watch our
Right.
show, watch our show,
So-
watch our
right.
show.
right. So I was just, as
I don't have
as
my
I took
cards on my
pictures,
back
I just
pocket.
hand them out. I didn't mention anything about really the YouTube show. I just said you can find your picture on our Facebook page. And,
Yeah.
if they want to investigate, they can investigate. I didn't push it either.
Yeah.
So, but again, thank you to all you cosplayers out there.
And the
Who-
3 people that allowed us to interview you.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Tom Spina, Matt, and Vince.
It's Fitz.
Fitz.
Fitz, I think.
Vince.
Fince? Was
We'll
it
see.
Fince? I don't know. I think it was Fitz.
You were the one interviewing him. I was
I
behind the
could have
camera.
sworn
So
it was Fitz.
you're probably right on probably.
But yeah, thank you to everyone new. If you are new and this is your first episode,
Right.
welcome. If you guys want to go watch our old news episodes, see where we started out before
Our
show
humble
notes,
beginnings.
before the show notes.
Before show notes, before we had like video.
Yeah.
Video, we did it all audio.
Back when we had the echoey stuff.
Yeah.
That's, if you do like what you see, make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
And share.
We're happy you're here.
And Jay, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at JBird51 and at Instagram JWilson by Design.
Okay. You can find me on YouTube. I do gameplay videos. I'm doing 3 game walkthroughs right now. And this is the only place you're ever going to be able to see my face. So,
And I don't do social media, so you can't see me anywhere.
on-running
Except
joke.
for right here.
Right here. That's the on-running joke since
Yeah.
the first episode.
Yep. So, I hope that you all enjoyed, and we'll see you all next time.
Yep.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.